From Interior Alaska's most trusted news source, this is the Fbx Evening News Weekend Edition.
Good evening and welcome to our Saturday edition of the Fbx Evening News. I'm Katie Looper. Our top story tonight. After reportedly being involved in several police pursuits yesterday in Fairbanks, an Anchorage man has been jailed on numerous charges. 32-year-old Timothy Martinson is accused of felony eluding, assault, and reckless driving. He is also being held on an outstanding warrant accusing him of failure to appear in court on previous charges of reckless driving and disorderly conduct. State troopers say Martinson got away from Fairbanks police yesterday morning. He was reportedly involved in 2 different pursuits with troopers. Officers say those were discontinued due to danger to the public. Troopers say Martinson later tried to hide in an area off mile 238 of the Parks Highway near Healy and was taken into custody after a 2-hour search. He was booked at the Fairbanks Correctional Center and held without bail. A man accused of attempted carjacking and vehicle theft will serve jail time after attempting a plea deal from the state. 28-year-old Michael Jumper was facing 8 charges in the case. He pleaded guilty in Fairbanks Superior Court to lesser charges that include driving with a suspended license and violating parole. Jumper will serve 1 year and 210 days in jail for the offense. Authorities say Jumper was found asleep in his vehicle at the Safeway in North Pole after patrons called to report a suspicious person. Police say when they tried to contact him, he drove away, later jumping from his vehicle and trying to pull another driver out of a stopped car.
He got out of the car, ran down the road, stopped another car, and tried to pull somebody out of their car so that he can continue escaping from the police. That's this case. And he's got 6 DWSOLs. He's going away for a DWSOL. He's being incarcerated for a DWSOL.
U.S. Army Alaska's Aviation Task Force personnel and emergency responders conducted training earlier this week to assist in civil search and rescue missions. Under the agreement with the 11th Air Force Rescue Coordination Center at Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson, the Army will provide assets, which may include medical evacuation helicopters, to assist in emergency situations in Alaska under provisions of defense support to civil search and rescue. These assets will be available only at the request of the Alaska RCC. The aviators also trained with the Alaska State Troopers this past Wednesday for wilderness search and rescue assistance. The Black Hawk helicopters helped respond to a simulated car accident near mile 65 of the Elliott Highway near Live and Good.
As part of an agreement with the Alaska Rescue Coordination Center, helicopters and crews from C Company 1st Battalion 52nd Aviation Regiment will be flying some emergency missions in the near future as required or as requested by the Alaska Rescue Coordination Center down at Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson.
Tomorrow's Vietnam Veterans Day in Alaska, and a special observance is planned in Fairbanks. It's been 40 years since troops pulled out of Vietnam, and the U.S. has been involved in several other conflicts since then. The attitude of the American people has changed, with troops today being honored and welcomed home. But those military members deal with many of the same issues the veterans of Vietnam did. Benno Cleveland, head of the Alaska Native Veterans Association, said the old troops are there to help the young ones whenever they can.
One of the things about Vietnam veterans is, when we finally got our heads on straight for those that were kind of messed up and everything else, and we started rallying together after maybe being back 15, 20 years, we started to speak out and try to make changes. And I think the Vietnam veterans have made some really positive changes towards the respect of our troops.
This year's observance of Vietnam Veterans Day will be held tomorrow, March 29th at Randy Smith Middle School at 1401 Bainbridge Boulevard starting at 1 p.m. And when we come back, a musical legend's most famous work will be performed by the Fairbanks Drama Association in their newest show, We Have the Details. Also, Alaska's most talented jump ropers competed in a regional competition today. Stay with us. Welcome back. Each first Friday of the month showcases the interior's vibrant art scene with studios, galleries, and even local businesses opening their doors to visitors in the evening. This coming April, the Chief Andrew Isaac Health Center will be hosting the largest First Friday art show in Fairbanks. They've invited over 30 artists to display their pieces, which includes a wide array of art media such as beadwork, sculptures, paintings, photography, stained glass, and more. This time they've arranged to have artists from inside and outside of Alaska, some as far south as Florida. First Friday goers are invited to stroll around the facility while sampling appetizers and enjoying live music performed by Dr. Rayette Cassiano and family.
So the Chief Andrew Isaac Health Center's First Friday event is one of the best and biggest ones of the year. Actually, there's 2 in each year. We have more than 30 artists and their top-notch quality, which is perfect for this beautiful museum quality building.
Well, our last First Friday back in August 2004, we had about 1,000 people come through, and we're hoping for even larger turnout this time. All ages, children up through adults. April 3rd, 5:30 to 7:30. And we definitely welcome anyone who would like to come.
If you have a family-friendly workplace, you're invited to nominate it for the 13th Annual Family Friendly Workplace Awards. The awards are organized by the borough's Early Childhood Development Commission. Nominations are being accepted from now until April 3rd. The borough holds the event to recognize businesses and nonprofits that show they care about employees who need to balance their work and family lives. To nominate a business that you think deserves the honor, go online at fnsb.us. Committee member Brenda Riley says the award ceremony for winning businesses will be April 14th at the Carlson Center.
From actions as simple as recognizing that a parent needs to take half a day off to go to parent-teacher conferences, or allowing a new mother to bring in her newborn child when she's still too early to go to daycare or school. So that there are ways that employees and businesses can really help and nurture families.
Last night, Fairbanks Drama Association opened Ring of Fire, a Johnny Cash musical show featuring 33 of his most admired love songs. The show goes through April 12th at the Riverfront Theater and runs like a concert with cover performances from local talent. Peggy Ferguson, the play director, says this show highlights and pays tribute to Johnny Cash as a beloved singer, songwriter, and classic American storyteller. They'll be celebrating Cash's life and music with 8 singing actors going solo in duets, trios, and all together backed by a 6-piece onstage band.
The show is about Johnny's coming up through Arkansas as a poor guy working on a farm and finding his true artistry. And then, of course, he meets later in his life June Carter Cash. And they become, of course, America's king and queen of country music. There's a little bit of Johnny Cash in every one of us. And that's why I think his songs and his work as a songwriter and as a performer resonates in everybody. It's so genuine, it's so authentic. He's such an American storyteller.
For more information on the Ring of Fire, go to reserve your tickets, call 456-PLAY or 456-7529. And in Fairbanks today, jump roping teams from across the state competed in the Region 9 USA Jump Roping Tournament. The 3 Alaska teams competing to go to nationals were the Juneau Jumpers, Sitka Skippers, and Far North Jumpers. The competition is designed to promote a healthy lifestyle and create competitive opportunities. Today's competition included time-speed events, double unders, double dutch, and freestyle. Competitors who place in the top 5 will go to nationals in Orlando at the end of June. This year, the Alaska coaches got together to surprise the teams by inviting a group of world-class jump roping professionals known as the Flight Crew. Tori Boggs, one of the members, said the idea was to help rejuvenate the kids' excitement for the sport teach them some new tricks, and help boost the team's spirit. Some of the crew has over a decade of jump roping experience in competitions, workshops, and performances. They come from all across the country, and some have even performed on America's Got Talent.
It's really awesome that, first of all, Alaska has 3 teams. The teams are really good. They do an awesome job. And so, they were having this tournament, and they really wanted to surprise the teams with, our group, which was really an honor for us because, last night everyone was so excited to see us. So we're like, are they really going to be excited for us to be here? But we were really welcomed, and that was just a wonderful surprise. You can see that there's a lot of great coaching and great athletes here in Alaska.
This is the first time that we've held the event in Fairbanks. Typically it's been held in Juneau and Sitka, and so it's been just an exciting time for us to have all of the jumpers here in Fairbanks.
We'll have more interior sports action coming up with Mike Fussell, including an Ice Dogs play you'll need to see to believe. That's coming up after the break.
Welcome back, Interior Alaska. Mike Fussell here with the latest in local sports. Thanks for joining me this weekend. Up first, interior skiers pushed their way past the starting line earlier this morning to kick off the 28th annual Not Kizuite. The excitement took place on the Chena River despite talks that it might be moved due to thin ice conditions. Organizers kept the race downtown by setting a focused trail, keeping racers away from treacherous areas. Today's events included 20, 40, and 50K freestyle races, as well as a 50K classical race. A handful of skiers fought it out right until the end, but Pete Leonard was able to edge into first place in the 20K men's race. Jenna DeFalco won her second straight 20K women's title. Rebecca Konisny and Jack Novak took the 50K titles. We'll have full results for you in our weekend recap on Monday. Top finisher Pete Leonard says trail conditions actually ended up being pretty ideal.
Well, it was a fast race. I mean, you can't get much more ideal conditions than this. So looks like a group of 5 of us formed by about 6K and traded leads and just were ripping down the trail.
And mushers are preparing for another day of racing as Saturday action is now over at the Toke Race of Champions. Many teams who have competed in the Open North American traveled down for the dog sled race taking place at the Toke Mushers Hall. Michael Tetzner came in on top in today's open class race with a time of 50 minutes and 49 seconds. Jason Dunlap was right behind him coming across the line in just over 51 minutes. Dawn Brown and Christian Tavo grabbed the top 2 spots in the 6-dog class, and Greg Jurek took top honors in ski joring. Races will continue into Sunday. And the Fairbanks Ice Dogs are hosting the Kenai River Brown Bears in their last regular season series this weekend. The KTVF sports team was at the Big Dipper as the Ice Dogs fought it out with the Brown Bears Friday night.
Last time the Ice Dogs met up with Kenai River, they only managed to score 2 goals, losing by 1 point to the Brown Bears. That was just last weekend. But after a focused week of practice, the Dogs emerged energized, playing at home in the Dipper for the first time in about a month. After an early Kenai goal, Fairbanks found the back of the net 4 times in the first period alone. Adam Anderson was the first of the Dogs to score. He tallied 1 unassisted. Jacob Hetz would follow, sending a shot successfully through the Kenai pipes, and Jesper Orval brought the Ice Dogs up 3-1 with less than a minute left in the first period. Kenai would answer back about halfway through the second, bringing the Brown Bears within striking distance. Head coach Trevor Stewart says the Ice Dogs did exactly what they needed to when the situation got tough.
We were on our heels a little bit. They scored that second goal and then made it 3-2. Fortunately, we were able to come down and score right away and get kind of an insurance goal going into the intermission. So it was nothing that we changed or whatever. We just buried our chances.
Fairbanks would be quick to shut down the Brown Bears with second period goals from Hans Gorowski and Adam Wilcox. The Ice Dogs kept the momentum rolling in the third, racking up 2 more points. Tyler Tomerlin weaved through the Kenai defense, sinking this shot, which was the final goal of the match.
Well, I don't know. The teammates call it the Tombo Combo, but I don't know. I walked in with my eyes closed from the blue line, I swear, and just got by them. Lucky. They gave me it, and then just waited out the goalie, I guess. Put it right under the bar.
Coach Stewart says the team finished the game off well, taking advantage of the opportunities that were presented to them.
Yeah, all we can control is what's in front of us, and that third period being up by 3 goals, I thought our team did a pretty good job of limiting their opportunities and cashing in on the few opportunities that we had.
The Ice Dogs would go on to win it 7-2.
The U18 Fairbanks Arctic Lions have been in Troy, Michigan playing at their national tournament this week. The team has taken on all of their pool group opponents so far, but the Arctic Lions could not secure a win. Slovenia got the best of them on Thursday, taking the game 6-2. The Lions fell to the AHU Knights on Friday 5-1 and lost to Twin Bridges earlier today 4-1. Fairbanks did not qualify for bracket play and is now out of the tournament. And our KTVF College Hoops Challenge is still a nail-biter as the Elite 8 are now locked in. Stop by webcenter11.com to see if you're still in the running. All of us here at the KTVF Sports team wish you the best of luck. We'll keep you updated as the madness continues. And that'll do it for sports tonight. Thanks for rounding out this weekend of interior sports with me. Katie Looper has your full weather forecast coming up next. We'll catch you next time. Welcome back to our weekend edition, and we've had great weather all week. Are we going to continue to see that?
Yeah, we're going to have really great consistent temperatures next week. They look gorgeous. I know that we were talking earlier how we love it that we can roll down our windows now.
Yeah, it's great. And
sunlight's
coming into those cars and only going to get longer as the days go on here.
Yeah,
so
I love getting in my car when it's all heated up from the sun.
A big change from a couple months ago.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we're going to continue with more nice spring temperatures. So we have a normal high today of 32 degrees, a normal low of 5, a record high got up to 55 in 1939, and a record low of 31 below in 1963. That is freezing compared to our temperatures. Now our sun rose at 7:23 this morning and sets at 8:33 this evening. Our daylight equals 13 hours and 9 minutes altogether, giving us a lovely gain of 7 minutes from yesterday. Now around the state today, we can see rain showers in Juneau and Ketchikan in the mid-40s, same with Anchorage and Kodiak. Little cloudier in Cold Bay at 43, yet nice clear skies in Bethel at 46. Up there in Barrow, 4 below with cloudy skies, and then in Fairbanks, 42 degrees and nice partly sunny skies. All right, now for our lower 48 section, nice sunny skies again in Seattle at 60. As we move on down south, Las Vegas, Phoenix region, nice temperatures in the 90s. Moving east, Minneapolis is experiencing some winds at 41, but down south in Dallas, New Orleans area, nice sunny skies, 70s in New Orleans, 73 in Miami, and up there in New York, 38 for them with partly sunny skies. Now for next week, we can expect dry weather on our west side. Warm temperatures moving east, yet snowy still up there in the north. And then as we move on down south, it's going to turn into rain and thunderstorms nearly all across our deep south and Texas area. Now back home in Alaska, rain showers for Barrow, cloudy in Fort Yukon, sunny at Nome, 37 in Fort Yukon, 16 in Nome, and 1 below in Barrow. Still cold for them. All right, back in the interior here, partly sunny in Healy and Fairbanks, mostly cloudy at Delta, and temperatures in the mid-40s. All right, now as we move on down to our southeast portion, grab an umbrella. It's going to be a rainy day in southeast Alaska, and temperatures again in the mid-40s. As we move west, we can expect partly cloudy at Bethel, rain likely in Cold Bay, and rain also at Kodiak, again temperatures in the mid-40s. Lastly, for our south central region, rain and snow at Valdez, and rain for Homer and Anchorage, and again 40s for the Anchorage Bowl. 40s all across Alaska, it seems. All right, tonight 18 degrees, partly cloudy and continued very mild, yet tomorrow 48, partly sunny, and another warm day. Lastly, for extended outlook, those nice consistent temperatures in the mid-40s, and then nice temperatures at night finally in the high teens. Not too bad.
I'm looking forward to that. That sounds great.
Absolutely. I mean, I love these new temperatures. You can always tell it kind of starts to gain as we get through and move from March to April.
It's a great time, and that means April Fool's is coming up too. So.
Oh yeah, you got to be careful.
Yeah,
Wednesday,
if you have any
right?
tricks up your sleeves, I don't know.
Have you done any April Fool's tricks before?
Well, you just have to wait and find out, I guess.
Oh God. All right, well that'll wrap up this Saturday edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. We're glad you could join us.
Join us here 6 days a week at 6 and 11 or anytime online at webcenter11.com.
From all of us here at the News Center, have a good night and a good weekend.
Good night.